So here's my very first journal that I started in August 2001. And one of the first things I did, since I didn't have any sort of app to track calories for me, was I looked up how many calories were in some of my favorite snacks and wrote all of those down. So that made it a lot quicker for me when I went to track my calories. Of course, there are apps that will do this for you now, makes it a lot easier. And I was still in weight loss mode at this point. If we turn to the very back, this is where I logged my races. My very first 5K, August of 2001, I was at 148 pounds at that point. So I'd already lost about 55 pounds, but I had more weight to lose still. And I had read that for a woman 5'2" who was not active, that 1,200 calories a day was a good goal for weight loss. So I decided if I had 1,200 calories plus however much I burned in exercise, that would be a good weight loss target and yet give me enough calories to fuel the exercise I was getting at that point. I didn't know anything about keto or any of these modern diets that are super high fat or protein or whatever. I just went for balance, and I thought 60% carbohydrates, 25% fat, 15% protein sounded pretty good. I can't say that I was very diligent in keeping track of that. I just sort of tried to be mindful that I was getting good healthy fats, good lean proteins. I was not eating beef or chicken at that point. You can see I was still eating fish. I stopped eating fish probably around 2003, and I've been vegetarian since then. But so I made a list of good sources of iron. Since I was not getting red meat, I wanted to make sure I was getting enough iron, which is super important for us. And then I had my workout schedule here. I created my own little symbol system for running, cycling, yoga, abs, and weights, and then had each day of the week what I would do with those. And then I just started writing down everything that I ate, all of my exercise. If you look at some of these early days, you find a lot of Slim Fast and Healthy Choice, also Nutri-Grain bars. I pretty much lived on Slim Fast, Healthy Choice, and Nutri-Grain bars that first year and a half, which was really convenient for me. I work full time. I was single. I had no kids, so I didn't have anyone who was sort of expecting a well-rounded, balanced meal. It was just me, and what I needed was something that was quick and predictable. And these were tasty enough for me, and I knew exactly how many calories were in them. That was the important part. So for someone who didn't have really any role models for healthy eating or a fitness lifestyle, I relied a lot on prepackaged diet foods and did a lot of reading of like Shape magazine and women's fitness magazines, things like that, to help me learn how many calories I needed, what sorts of exercises I should be doing, how to do them safely, things like that. So that's what I did. And then over time, it sort of evolved. This was sort of what it typically looked like over the years. You'll see my list got much longer as I became a whole lot more active over the years, because you need more food if you're going to do all the things I was doing at the time. So that was it. And then, what was so nice about this is I really felt in control. I could tell you without even getting on the scales whether or not I had lost weight in a single day, let alone a week, because I could see how many calories I took in versus how many calories I expended. And that's the formula for weight loss or gain, of course. How much is going in, how much is going out. So that was it. I had some of my favorite running routes on here, knew how many miles those were. And running kind of became my primary sport early on. So I had my running mileage that I was tracking to work up to, given target races and things like that. And that's it. It's not to say that this is the only way to do it. There are lots of different ways to go about reaching your fitness goals, but this is what worked for me, and hopefully it'll work for you, Katie, and for other people who have got some fitness goals of their own. If you have any questions or want to talk any more about how I achieved my fitness goals or how you can achieve yours, I'll be happy to talk to you about it, with the caveat that I'm not professionally trained at any of this. I'm an attorney by training. All I know is just from my own personal experience and, online research and things like that. But I'm certainly happy to talk about it and share with you what my experience has been and what I've learned over the years. And if nothing else, provide you some encouragement and support. So that's it.